call Mike Sabin.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I find it a little ironic that the member resuming his seat is asking for the support of the Prime Minister and then sets about beating him around the head with a frozen fish as to his rationale. And, sir, it does exemplify what we've seen so often from the opposition, the sort of beatings will continue until morale improves approach to garnering support. And, sir, I think it's actually a very, very fine balance that is looking to be achieved here, and I certainly do respect the views of parties that are supporting this bill, and I can actually see why. And I don't think we'd have to go too far to find out why the honest Joe on the street is going to think, well, having another long weekend isn't a bad idea. But, sir, I think for me where this discussion lands is really the significance and importance of those 2 days. And Waitangi Day, the founding of the New Zealand that we know, and Anzac Day, which has come to be a time of some sombre reflection and commemoration for those who have lost their lives in the service of the freedom that we all enjoy today, is something that as an ex-serviceman I feel very, very strongly about. And I know that that is views shared by many across the RSAs, many of those returned servicemen, but also their families and their loved ones around them, sir. And that, to me, is where the balance needs to rest. The argument that has been raised around the fact that if Anzac Day, for example, sir, fell on a Saturday, that would in no way be devalued by the fact that the following Monday would become a holiday. Well, sir, I think the law of the jungle would suggest otherwise. And people would see the opportunity to lash the kayak to the roof rack, to put the trailer on and head for the beach and so on and so forth. I don't have to, Ms King, I live at the beach, so feel free to come and visit at some stage. I believe that members' caucus sometimes comes up to see what Northland's all about by having fish and chips at the Moanui fish shop, have a few photos and then leave again. So feel free to call into my house just down the road when you do. You'll notice I don't need to lash the kayak on the roof rack because it's already sitting there on the side of the beach. But coming back to the bill, sir, it's not a question of New Zealanders being dumb, and I think that the argument being run by the opposition is a futile one, and I think the bill actually deserves a better discussion. Because when we think about the importance of those days, Anzac Day and Waitangi Day, the significance of those days, as a Member of Parliament for Northland, I can certainly vouch for the importance of Waitangi Day certainly to locals, but I believe to all New Zealanders. It is a day of significance. So the balance becomes, will this devalue those days? And, sir, my belief is, when talking to the servicemen and people that fought for the country, that is how they see it. Now, if it is just simply because hard-working Kiwis deserve another day off, then I think that balance tips too far. No one wants to deny Kiwis an opportunity of a day off, sir. No, that is not the case. But it's around the context in which we're doing it and using these two most significant days that are days to New Zealand as the meat in that sandwich to achieve that purpose. And, sir, I don't believe that balance has been met. And it was absolutely pointed to by the leader of that member's party this afternoon at question time, when he questioned the Prime Minister as to why the tourism industry were so supportive of this bill. Why would tourism be so interested in supporting a bill? Because tourism is about holidays, tourism is about relaxing and going away and enjoying oneself. And, sir, that very question actually points exactly to the argument that I believe we are advancing, and that is there is a very real risk that in Mondaysing we lose the value in the significance and the commemoration of those days. Are people going to seriously celebrate Anzac Day on a Saturday and then somehow, I don't know, what happens to the Monday? Sir, I don't think so. And as I said, sir, the balance becomes those who fought for the freedoms that this country enjoys and the founding of this nation. We shouldn't devalue those days.
I call Brendan Horan. Thank you, Mr Chair. I will take a short call